Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. In this video, I want us to have a look at a post by Senior Counsellor Nasir Abdullahi, a staunch William Ruto defender. Senior Counsel seems to be exposing corruption in William Ruto's government. Nasir Abdullahi, the most urgent national security issue, the new NIS boss, Nudin Haji, must advise His Excellency Ruto is the security threat posed by the large migration of cabinet secretaries and principal secretaries to Karen and their over-concentration in newly built gated communities. In some instances, you will find 4 to 5 of them in the same compound. Of course, I'm not bothered by how one who was domiciled in Syokimau 8 months ago can afford a $3 million house in Karen. Yes. In other words, Senior Counsel is just exposing corruption in William Ruto's government. In about 8 months ago, some cabinet secretaries were domiciled in Syokimau, as the Senior Counsel is putting it, but they can afford a $3 million house in Karen. What has changed within the 8 months, ladies and gentlemen? I want us to dig deep into this story for Kenyans to see what's happening in William Ruto's government. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes. Let me start by saying this. According to Auditor General's report, Kenya loses about third of its annual budget to corruption. If we have a budget of 3 trillion, 1 trillion is lost to corruption. That has always been the trend. But in William Ruto's government, I'm seeing a very high possibility where that figure might go up. Instead of even Kenya losing third of its annual budget to corruption, Kenya might lose even half of its annual budget to corruption. The budget was read about 2 days ago. Out of that 3.6 trillion budget, half of that might even disappear to corruption. What's exactly happening here, ladies and gentlemen? It all starts and ends with the characters Ruto appointed in the government. We know that a whopping majority of individuals who are appointed or rather given top government positions in this government were people who had previous cases of corruption and some even murder. I'm one person who has always maintained that a leader or a politician who is corrupt will not stop being corrupt because he has been given a public office. If anything, that leader will use that public office as a shield so that the leader will actually become more corrupt, but in this time around with a lot of impunity. After all, he has the protection. Immediately William Ruto took over power, we saw Rigathi Gachagwa's case being dropped. In fact, asset recovery had seized about 200 million Kenya shillings from Rigathi. Money or other funds that were believed Rigathi accrued as proceeds of corruption. And the High Court had also found Rigathi Gachagua guilty. When William Ruto took over power, the asset recovery actually returned the money to Rigathi Gachagua. We have seen individuals who were accused of tax evasion. Those cases were dropped, and actually they were given senior positions in William Ruto's government. Yes, they were given senior positions. So it's a fact that Ruto's government is full of characters who do not pass that chapter 6 of the Constitution, leadership and integrity. And should these leaders, or rather, let me put it this way, these leaders most definitely, they were given those positions for them to be conduits of corruption. That's one thing I'm seeing here. So you are seeing that as Kenyans are being pushed to the wall on taxes, people who were just recently appointed into government positions, they are enriching themselves through taxpayers' money. Mama Mboga Boda Boda is crying down there. A few individuals are enriching themselves. This is why I repeat, I say and I repeat, by the time Ruto will be done with the Kenyans, nobody will be able to recognize Kenya as a country. I'm seeing a very high possibility where this is a government that is going to loot almost everything. They are going to loot almost everything. And just recently, we saw Seth Panyako, former ODA vice chairman, exposing the level of corruption in this government. That for any person to get any top government jobs, or rather top government job, in the so-called parastatals, William Ruto Adendwele Rigathi Gachagua must have proof of that. And you know the buck always stops with the boss. And for them approving is that you must assure them that you are ready and willing to part with some money, after which they approve you for that position. So your main job there is not even to serve the people. What these parastatal now CEOs will be doing after being approved by these corrupt top government officials, you will be remitting money to these individuals. Those are the leaders in charge of our country, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why sometimes I'm very pessimistic of a William Ruto's government delivering. Back to Amin Nasir Abdullahi, people like Amin Nasir Abdullahi are the reason this country cannot progress. Amin Nasir Abdullahi is a staunch Ruto defender. Instead of putting the blame where it squarely belongs, he's just trying to beat about the bush. The problem in this case is William Samoei Ruto. Ruto is the cause of this. If William Ruto never wanted corruption, he could have not appointed corrupt individuals in his government. And now look at NIS boss Nordin Haji. This is the same person who recently was dropping corruption cases against individuals. As now the NIS boss, I don't think whether he will do a professional job. This is why this government is bound to fail. It can't get it right. The people appointed and given the responsibility of taking the country forward, they themselves are not fit. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. To our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Those sending their contributions to aid Nudin and Agoa kidney transplant, channel your low contributions to the number below. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.